Government waste exposed. Once celebrated, now condemned, what changed? We're diving headfirst into the murky swamp of government spending, where your hard-earned tax dollars go to die. Buckle up because this is going to be a bumpy ride through the best of the worst of government-funded absurdities. We'll compare these fiscal facepalms to the recent outrage over Dogecoin, a cryptocurrency literally started as a joke, and ask ourselves, what's truly the bigger waste? First up on our taxpayer-funded tour of questionable spending, we have a real humdinger. Apparently, someone in the hallowed halls of government decided it was a matter of national urgency to find out if giving steroids to quails would make them, shall we say, more amorous. Now, I'm no ornithologist, but I'm pretty sure we could have figured that one out with a quick Google search and a couple of episodes of Planet Earth. But no, your tax dollars went to work, to the tune of $3 million, to definitively answer the age-old question, do roided-up birds get busy? The answer, shockingly, is yes. But are we really so starved for knowledge that we're willing to shell out millions to watch hopped-up birds get it on? Meanwhile, our schools are underfunded, our infrastructure is crumbling. But hey, at least we know those quails are having a good time, right? Next up, we're talking trees. Specifically, the government's $1.7 million quest to make sure trees are planted equitably. I'm all for a greener planet, but even I have to draw the line at giving trees an existential crisis. Do these trees need therapy sessions too? Should we be checking their leafy little branches for microaggressions? Trees are great, they give us oxygen, shade, and the occasional squirrel acrobatics show. But $1.7 million to make sure those trees are planted in a way that's fair to other trees? That just sounds like someone in government really loves buzzwords and has never actually met a tree. Now I know what you're thinking. John, this is all just penny ante stuff. Surely the government wouldn't waste truly significant amounts of money on something as frivolous as coffee, right? Oh my sweet summer child, you underestimate the government's ability to turn a simple cup of joe into a $118,000 exercise in fiscal irresponsibility. That's right, folks. The Pentagon decided that what they really needed to bolster their strategic capabilities was a coffee maker. And not just any coffee maker, mind you, but a $118,000 coffee maker. Speaking of coffee, did you know that the government once spent nearly $200,000 to study how people feel when holding a cup of hot coffee versus a cup of cold coffee? I'm not making this up. Apparently, someone in a position of power decided that the American people needed to know, with scientific certainty, whether holding a warm beverage made them feel warmer and fuzzier inside than holding a cold one. Now, I'm all for scientific inquiry, but this feels like a question that could have been answered with a quick poll on Twitter and saved the taxpayers a couple $100,000. Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, you know what I need? A government-funded self-love workshop. No? Well, apparently someone in the federal government did because they decided to spend $2 million of your tax dollars on exactly that. That's right, folks. While you're out there struggling to make ends meet, the fine folks in government are busy learning how to love themselves on your dime. Alright folks, it's time to address the elephant in the room, or rather the crack pipe in the safe smoking kit. You heard that right. The government, in its infinite wisdom, decided to spend $30 million on safe smoking kits that included, among other things, crack pipes. Now I'm not here to debate the merits of harm reduction strategies, but even I have to admit that handing out crack pipes in the name of public health feels a bit like giving a pyromaniac a book of matches and a pat on the back. And finally, we come to the study that proves definitively that water is wet and the sky is blue. I'm talking, of course, about the government's $5 million study to find out why kids love junk food. Look, I'm no scientist, but I'm pretty sure I could have answered that question for free. Kids love junk food because it's delicious, it's readily available, and it's marketed directly to their impressionable little brains by corporations with more money than God. So there you have it, a whirlwind tour of the most absurd, wasteful, and downright baffling ways your tax dollars are being spent. From quails on roids to crack pipes and safe smoking kits, we've covered it all. What's the most absurd government waste you've ever heard of? We would like to hear your ideas. Hit like and share if you as taxpayers deserve accountability. Subscribe for more exposed truths. Much more on the way. Are you being fleeced? Time to clear the wool out of your eyes? Time to find out.